Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. Whatever you're watching from, there's always time for a rematch. Yes, indeed. Rematch can happen anytime, anywhere, as long as you play fair. But we'll get that here in just a moment. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another live broadcast of the Overwatch Comedy Club Scrims. I hope you guys are doing fantastic and being safe out there. We had a very interesting match for you guys here today. You don't want to miss a single second of it. My name is Cybercat with the play-by-play. I am joined by Captain Jack as my color commentator, but due to some family matters, he will be in here just later on, guys. But don't worry, we ain't gonna stop. We're not gonna be delayed on that anyway whatsoever. But tonight's match is gonna be quite interesting here. It's gonna be a rematch from a match where we had at least 2 weeks ago. We got Phoenix Rising versus EWP here. Last time these two met, EWP did walk away with the win as they win it 3-1 here. But this match is gonna be quite different. Not only it is a rematch here, but this rematch actually is actually a playoff match here. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. We are in playoff season, basically postseason playoff for season 3 of the OCCs here. This match will decide who's going to face Void here on the finals here. Will EWP remain victorious as they did 2 weeks ago, or Phoenix Rising will they get their redemption here today? We will find out here later on. But before we continue, I just want to remind all of you guys: if you're loving watching this content but you just are not following, that is a mistake you're making. How do you want to fix that? All you got to do is click that follow button and click those notifications and turn them on. You will be notified when we go live. We also have those nice little emotes you see in the Twitch chat that goes around here. For a subscription of $4.99, you can get yourself those emotes during in games here. But not only that, you're also supporting the channel. And last but not least, we have a lovely Discord. You see there's a link on the bottom of the page here. Basically, if you want to be part of the OCC, you want to play in games, you want to maybe be a coach or something, or heck, be a be part of the production team. Join me or other ones for color casting, play-by-play, or you know what, you want to run the stream. You know what, we got plenty of room for that. No matter what your rank, where you're from, there's always something for you guys here in the OCCs. With that being said, let's get down to our starting lineups for both teams. We got Phoenix Rising versus EWP. I believe we're going to start with Phoenix Rising here. We got on the starting lineups, we have our for Star-Lord and Kobayashi as our starting tank players here. Cell and Sniv for the DPS starting lineups, and Chi-Chi and Paprika as the starting supports for Phoenix Rising here. This is a squad that we saw that started last time. They came again short, but you know what? This may be the squad that's going to say we're going to get our second chance here. For the side of EWP here, we have Bad Rep and MLP for the starting tanks, Demon and Helix for the DPS, Leaks and Traffic for this starting supports here. This is the squad that dominated Phoenix Rising last time here. Helix and Demon worked so well together on the DPS lineups here, working well with the supports, working well with their tanks here. Will this be the dynamic duo that's going to keep it going here? We're going to find out here just as soon enough. But looks like we're going to be starting our first map. I don't think we're going to be starting here just yet. Looks like we are going to be going to Lingjong Tower, I believe. Let me fix that here just a second, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologize here. Again, right now I'm working as the solo I'm holding the grounds for the commentating team until we get my Captain Jack here, get my best friend here. So we'll be starting Linking Tower here. Now looking at going to do the match here. We've seen a couple things coming from Phoenix Rising and EWP last time. Both the teams have had a very fanatic lineup. They had fanatic DPS plays. They've done what they need to be doing here. Give me just one moment. I believe Captain Jack will be joining here in just a moment. Let's make sure our producer Trippy invites him in time. It can be whenever. So we're gonna make sure he comes in time. But as we get ready started here, the competition we could be running, they could be running any competitions they can go for here. Phoenix Rising, I've seen both Kobayashi and Star-Lord running around that. What was it called? I apologize. Reinhardt Diva to Reinhardt Zarya and all that kind of stuff. So they've actually been doing really well here, alongside with EWP. Speaking of my color commentator, I was just talking earlier, we got Captain Jack here. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing all right. I think I'm a little winded from last night. Such an exciting matchup last night during the finals match between who was it? It was Salt versus Calamity. It was crazy. If you have not checked out that match, I encourage you after this game to check that out, because it was a nail biter to the very end. But tonight we've got EWP versus Phoenix Rising going at it tonight for that semifinals spot to make their way into the finals against Void.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yep, I mentioned all that to the audience here. We're basically getting
All
ready to
right.
start on here. Right now, I was getting ready to discuss on the competition that both these teams could run. We've seen both these teams at it at least 2 weeks ago. They've done fantastic. They've had their tanks, their DPS, their supporting lineups have been very good here. I mean, we could be seeing something different here, or we could be something similar that they ran last time.
That is true. I'm just looking up their scores right now as to where they're sitting. Phoenix Rising currently sitting at 1-2, with Earth, Wind, and Fire sitting at 2-1. So both of these teams are have been defeated by the top team, which they'll face in the finals, which is Void. So based on the numbers, I would say Earth, Wind, and Fire looks like they're going to be able to take it to the finals. But I mean, there's no reason that Phoenix Rising can't turn things around, make it an even 2-2 before the finals themselves. So let's see if they can make it happen.
Absolutely. As we get ready to start into this match, guys, again, will EWP remain victorious as they've done a week prior? Or will Phoenix Rising get their redemption here tonight? We will find out here very shortly. I believe we should be starting very soon here on Lijiang Tower. It is the first game, which is the control map again of Lijiang Tower. I should have said that earlier. I apologize here. So coming to this match, I'm really looking forward to both the DPS players. I mean, last time we've seen these players, these guys worked very well, especially with Demon and Helix. I mean, when I saw these two play, they were basically working with different. They got a different hero pool, but they work so well with it. And that's the one thing I like to see about basically your partner in the role right there. Because honestly, if you can work well with that partner, basically the synergy can build and good stuff can come out of it.
I can concur with that. Absolutely. Have we already done team introductions?
We already did. We're already set to go. We're just
All right.
waiting for the match to start.
All right, we're just waiting for them to get started. While we're doing that, please be sure to hit that heart, punch that bell in the stream. Let us know that you love us by doing that. You can also hit that sub button, $4.99, or Twitch Prime or Amazon Prime sub will give you access to some amazing emotes as well as support our incredible community. Just taking a look at some of the names here, we've definitely got some big names headed against one another. We've got Star-Lord versus Bad Rep on the main tank lines for both teams, and these two have made an incredible name for themselves. Oh, I forgot. I'm in charge because I'm color tonight. My bad.
We're making sure that was going on. We didn't want to actually leave the guys hanging.
No
That's
worries.
the one you don't want to do that, you know.
All right, but these two main tanks have been incredible for many seasons in OCCS. You know, we also have the demolition force of Helix Snake on the DPS versus Sniv and Zella for the DPS for the side of Phoenix Rising. So Helix Snake got their title, the Helix Blade, long ago for just being absolutely destructive on the Genji. So we'll see if we'll see any of that this evening as well. We're going to start off our first match tonight on Control Center for Lijiang Tower. Can opt itself into some of those brawly compositions as we see coming out for the side of EWP. They're looking to get brawly with that Reaper May, but it looks like we're going to see something similar out for the side of Phoenix Rising, just without the Lucio speed boost. I don't know if that's going to put them in a good position to start off or not.
Yeah, basically there'll be different lineups between both teams, but basically something similar. The only difference is going to be the Baptiste Lucio from one side and then the Reaper and Hanzo on the other. It looks like we're going to be starting right here, ladies and gentlemen. Getting EWP versus Phoenix Rising. One's going to come away with the win to go into the finals. Looks like the brawling combat is actually happening here, and Steve's like, actually gets taken out, but looks like Phoenix Rising is actually taking the advantage here. Steve actually gets some double kills here, and right there, it looks like EWP's going to have a stop. They're just going to fall back and maybe just start again.
Gotta give the love there to Paprika, catching Bad Rep with the shield down just for a second to get that huge animation. Ended up just absolutely decimating the front line there for EWP. Let's see if they can go ahead and bring it back in this next push.
Yeah, if you notice right there, Helix Snake tried to just stay a little bit to get some ult charge here. Basically gets picked off, but it looks like he's going to switch to the Reaper here. Similar competition matches for both teams. Again, just one off by the support, but we'll see if that's going to make any difference in this match as they get ready to make this next push here. Brawler comp is just very simple here. Just wait. Both Reinhardts are just simply floating back and forth here. But Bad Rep's getting really close to his Shatter. He does take down the Rein versus Rein match, but Sal's gonna say, you know what, you take my Reinhardt, but I'm gonna take you down. And here comes Kabayashi taking the pick off his here. Guys, that's very important pick. Getting rid of the tank, one of the DPS tank dealers here. And looks like EWP is just gonna keep holding here. I don't think they're gonna make a stay back here. They might reset, but looks like they stay there long enough for Bad Rep to come back here. My question is right here. Both tries to come. Speaking of the shatters, looks like Bad Rep doesn't get his, but Starlord gets it better. But not much to run. But here we go. All of this coming from the side of Phoenix Rising. Cell does get down MLP here, and I think EWP is gonna have to hold back here. They need to reset right now.
I feel like Phoenix Rising gave a little bit too much in that elongated fight. They had the numbers the entire time. They were able to get the 2 picks, even though they lost Starlord there at the beginning. They were still able to hold incredibly strong, and even though it was a matchup of full teams again, using the Blossom and the Blizzard to clean up the Blizzard, probably not the best way to do that. But now the Maywall's coming out for either side.
That was a very important pick. Solar does take down Bad Rep here as both of us are up. But Phoenix Rising actually just holding strong to the can with 95% going. This is in Phoenix Rising's favor here. We come to Neto coming in for Ryan. And that's actually going to help with the damage here. But Legion just put a late sound barrier to try to just keep stuff going, but that's going to happen. Star-Lord takes down 3 here. And first round is going to go to Phoenix Rising, starting off very strong.
That is right. And that was a huge pick right there, and that's always an interesting position. The difference between the 2 healers is that you essentially have something a little stronger than a beat drop when you pick that Batiste every time around. That immortality field can really save lives, and every 20 seconds it's recharged. You don't have to wait for that that ultimate charging that usually takes upwards of about 2 minutes to be able to have it ready on the field. And I don't even think I remember Link's Disease even using a beat during that entire scuffle. So maybe it's wise to switch on to a more structured healer, something that can give a lot more direct healing by the AoEs that they're using right now.
Absolutely, I think the barrier came in late, trying to get that charge going, trying to keep these going. Really just kind of makes it really hard to try and get the speed boost to the healing. Just didn't work well. But he's in the state. We'll see on that Lucy. We'll see if that's a mistake. We'll see if that's a choice that will be good for the benefit of EWP. Speaking of EWP here, the Anarum gets the pick again, but actually gets picked by Snell. Just how the first round actually started. It's Niv coming in, taking out MLP. Half of EWP is down. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, half of EWP is down. But looks like Helix is gonna win that Reaper versus Reaper battle. And Helix another pick going in, gets to pick up Paprika. This looks like it's going to be an EWP favor with the numbers, but we'll see if they can keep it going here. And right now, the Reinhardt battle is still going to be going around here, but Bad Rep just not getting there just yet. Helix gets to pick off his Niv, and right now, it looks like EWP might be able to hold it off here. If I was Phoenix Rising, I would probably just take a step back, let them have it, try again, but looks like they're going to keep on going.
Yeah, I think that's really what they ended up going at. It was a 3v3 after we saw the main tanks and a couple others going down at the beginning of that fight. But really, what we saw from Phoenix Rising was just them waiting for their team to get back. They weren't really aggressively trying to get fixed because you're working with a Zori and a Pap, and I mean the Pap has the power of a soldier with the healing of a support, so you think you want to use that to your advantage, but hey, they're pushing in once again. Let's see if they can make some things happen this time around.
Now the one thing I've noticed is that both teams have ultimates ready to go. Even the Phoenix Rising is just short here. We are seeing actually a good shatter. Double shot from both teams. What is this here? Here comes the Death Bombs going to Helix. Oh my god! He gets 4 picks off of that. That's right there. That says right there. EWP holding it strong on that team kill. Phoenix Rising going to have to try again.
That's a Helix Blossom if I ever seen one right there. Beautiful timing on that. Although Starlord had ended up winning the Shatter battle right there between the Brooks and Bad Rep, we didn't end up seeing Stella use that Blossom fast enough to counter out the damage of Helix Nation. That's and a huge answer to start things off.
Absolutely, that actually is going to be really bad for EWP. Unfortunately, the picture's coming in for Cell. He's actually being the lead of this team here. That's a good grab coming in from MLP, but no value comes right out of it. Helix is just trying to get in the backline, maybe get some damage, maybe a pick here or there, but just nothing here just yet. Bad, Starlord just charges right in. That was a huge mistake from Starlord. Tries to go without one-man army. You cannot do that. You might be a right now, but you gotta be careful with how you want to go in. But right now, looks like it's gonna be Phoenix Rising's favor, but EWP might be able to hold here if they get rid of Cell, and that's exactly what they do here. Phoenix Rising needs to reset. They got one more fight here, but with Cell down, I don't know if they'll be able to get in time.
Yep, unfortunately, with Starlord just kind of charging in there, it did not put Phoenix Rising into a good position. Nobody's going to be able to get to the point in time. That's going to go ahead and tie things up tonight as we see them head to map number 3, the Garden.
Absolutely. Again, like you just said, Jack, that charge against from Starlord. If the team was right there, that's one thing, but going in by yourself, that's one thing you don't want to do here. I would assume Starlord is going to make sure he does not do that again here. But we're going to actually be seeing something very interesting here. So we've seen Cell, a very well-known DPS player here in the OCCs. He's going to be going off of the they're going to go off of the pharmacy here, which is going to be which is a great pharmacy map here. And it looks like MLP on the side of EWP is waiting for that. He's going to go on that D.Va, but no other changes from both sides.
That's right, that D.Va is going to be, well, nope, it looks like they're actually going to swap back over to the Zarya. Could still continue to be a good thing if the Pharah decides to fight on map, because you have that roof, not going to be able to get a lot of distance.
Oh!
That laser, but first pick right there.
That's a very important pick for the side of Phoenix Rising here. Cell gets rid of half of the healing for EWP, and it looks like the pick is going to be coming in for the side of Phoenix Rising here. Cell just putting up the damage here, and EWP has there's no way for them to get out of here. They're just going to have to stop resetting here. Phoenix Rising gets the early start here on map number 3.
And that's all about distance play right there. Zella on that far Mercy now has control of the skies, and really the only one that can contest that long distance between Damon, who just got taken out by the fire strike right there, and Traffic Food, who should be healing. So unless one of those DPS really swap over to a hit scan like a McCree that can deal with that far Mercy, I have a hard time believing they're even going to get in this map.
Absolutely, this is going to be very difficult. Helix now going to the Widowmaker, hoping to see if he can get rid of that pharmacy. Maybe just get some pressure off of them here. And it looks like the battle is going out. Oh! Helix, you want to try to get against Cell, but Cell says get back down here. Looks like Cell's got in the back line. Let's maybe get some backside damage here, but looks like that's probably not going to be here just yet. Starlord and Kabayashi getting the pick off of the tanks on the other side of EWP. And I would see right there, they're going to reset because you can't go on the tank line. You cannot go in another battle without your tanks.
That's right, and it's continuing to show how strong this Pharah Mercy is, even with the additional May on the point, just giving more crowd control than anything. That Pharah is doing an immense amount of damage, getting ready to come up on that barrage as they move in for this next fight.
Absolutely, we'll see if that's going to be the case here. We just hear that here comes a barrage from Cell. He gets double off the tanks, so he gets 3. Almost all of the team except Blinks is still alive, but now he gets picked down. Team kill for the side of Phoenix Rising. They are still holding strong. And what's amazing, they have 3 ultimates ready to go. They only used 2 there. Right now, EWP needs to find something right here if they need to get back to this match.
So that was a huge tell right there from TT using the amplification matrix. That Starlord was going to use the fire strike to get some added damage, and perfect shatter right there, but then moving into an amp matrix with a barrage online, never good, and a missed shatter, not going to be a good way to start.
Well, he missed the shatter here, but looks like I don't know if their name was going to be touched here. It is going to overtime. Looks like someone did able to touch. Right now, from all the ultimates coming from Phoenix Rising, they're not able to hold. EWP will finally get percentage here, but the fight is still going on. Starlord takes down Traffic, but the bad rep says, get out of here, my Reinhardt. You don't win this battle here just yet. And right now, Phoenix Rising is still holding strong here, but they know for sure that the battle is lost. They're still going to be going in, but I don't see anything from Phoenix Rising to take this back. They would need to set back and reset it. They got plenty of time to work with.
That's right, and that was actually a good move there by Zella, helping Fabrika get out of the fight right there, so they didn't have to wait for the 10-second reset. That's going to give them a lot more time to move back into this.
Now look at it here. Helix went off the Soldier 76 switch from instead of Widowmaker. Probably just couldn't think the scoping wasn't going to be helpful this much. But so right now he's got the visor ready to go and wants to counter against that pharmacy here. He's waiting for that barrage to happen, maybe to pop it here. Right now, one team fight from Phoenix Rising for them to take this match here. That's a huge shadow coming in from Bad Reputation here. But no picks coming out for the side as that Immortality does save him quite a bit longer. Here comes that Pfizer. He's trying to get in the fat side. Will he get anything? He does get Chi-Chi. Will he get any other picks? MLP does take down the Zarya matchup here. And Cell takes down Traffic. Looks like picks are coming. Star-Lord double shot fire strike kill here. Could this be actually EWP? Can it be? Oh, I'm sorry. Phoenix Rising was trying to get something here, but Demon takes out the rest.
Damon is just showing to be such a strong force on the objective right now, as that Reaper is just going to continue to do a massive amount of damage. I thought Zella was going to go for that behind barrage right there, while the rest of the team was focused on the Graviton Shatter that had just come out, but you didn't see the barrage come out, so I think they were worried about the sleep dart that could have came out from Traffic Coon, but they still got time, but we're headed into final fight territory.
One more fight, yeah, SSD, one more fight going in from both sides here. EWP's got to hold on to get this first point here. Here comes the window from Chi-Chi. Will he get maybe anything from there here? Sniv, that's a pick that they needed here. That's something they absolutely need. Here comes that barrage, gets bad rep. There goes two players here. Helix takes gets down there. Here comes the grab and Blizzard coming from Phoenix Rising. Paprika's going to res on himself. Can he keep that pharmacy competition still alive? And last time EWP started the map with map 1 win. Phoenix Rising will start their map 1 with a win.
That's right, and that was a good way to hold on to those ultimates, and that's really all you have to do in the end. If you know that you're gonna end up winning the battle via ultimates, then be sure to take that time and just kind of charge them up. That's exactly what we saw right there. The barrage opened the door after the first pick right there, and I mean, again, as we always say, just because you get play of the game doesn't mean that your team wins it out. So I'm not for certain there's really much more that we could have seen from the side of EWP other than just switching to a hit scan maybe a little bit earlier. Might have helped their helped their chances getting into that objective.
Absolutely, but you know, they were able to hold strong against that. Even though that the switches came in late, they were still able to take the put. They were able to take the point back to their possession, close enough to overtime here. They were able to also hold against the strong amount of ultimates coming from the side of Phoenix Rising. Because I would think right there, from how many ultimates that Phoenix Rising had available, I would kind of think EWP had not much to go with it, but they were able to hold on very good. So EWP still has a chance to come in here. I believe it is first to 3. Map differentials will not count basically tonight. Basically, first to 3.
Yes, I believe
okay, so. Yes, first to 3. So right now, EWP still has a chance to keep this going here. But Phoenix Rising finding their ways to get the redemption starting here tonight. Again, they were able to start strong last time. They're starting strong here right now. Hopefully they're gonna keep themselves going. They're down one map. They got 2 more to go here. But we still got plenty of maps to go on here. We're gonna be starting our next map. I believe it is a hybrid map. I believe. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Which map is gonna right now. EWP does have the pick of which map they want to go, so we're going to find out here in just a moment. But honestly, both sides have actually done very terrific so far.
That is true. I mean, we saw a lot of good fights out between either side. Obviously, Helix Snake showing to be very strong on that Reaper, but there's a lot of ways to counter out a Reaper, and Zella and Sniv were doing really well at that, having the Mei, having the Pharah in. Looks like we're going to get some swaps for either team coming in. Elfie going to come in for Paprika for the side of Phoenix Rising, and John Hawk coming in for MLP. So will be interesting to see. I can't say that I'm even surprised by the fact that this map is chosen again. As I noted last night, hybrid might as well just be one map and one map only. We're headed to, you know it, you love it, you might hate it a little bit if you cast on it a lot like we do. We're headed to
Kings Row. I was trying to see if you were going to say Kings Row or Scrims Row. Like I know what you're going to say. I'm saying it with you because we got to enjoy that, you know.
Yeah.
But we will be heading to the hybrid map of Kings Row here. Again, this map 2 here. So again, so far, Things Right is still starting strong. EWP still has a chance here. Now, the question is going to be is that we've yet to see. Last time we saw, Helix Snake was doing very well on that Genji with Traffic going on the going for those Nano Blades combinations here. We have yet to see that here so far. Do you think EWP is going to hold it right here, or will they just run the similar competition on Brawl competition to a May or something like that? I mean, that's the thing I'm actually curious about.
I mean, it's very similar to what we had ended up seeing during last night's match. We saw a lot of double shield used out of the side of Salt, and it actually ended up putting them kind of in a bad position to start off with. You know, you have like the meta, but then when you get into the lower ranks, the meta really doesn't mean a whole lot if you're not good at playing the meta itself. And so it's always a good thing to play the meta if that's what you go into. But if you're not good at the characters, it's not really going to help you out a lot. And that might be the issue that we're finding here. I mean, Helix Snake obviously can get picks, but if you have Zella on the Pharah and no hit scan to deal with that, then what is your Reaper going to do? Like, they'll destroy everyone down on the ground for sure, but without somebody to take care of that Pharah in the sky, you're constantly going to be losing heroes left and right despite that high damage Reaper. So I feel like if Helix Snake does come out with something, if Zella and I guess now Elfie decide to come out on the Pharah Mercy, Helix Snake or Damon need to come out on a hit scan immediately to try to counter that.
Absolutely. I mean, countering a certain hero that actually is putting a lot of pressure and damage is very, very important here. We'll see if Demon and Helix is going to be doing that. If, of course, Cell does go in that pharmacy. But so far, the pharmacy competition is running very strong for, I would say very strong. Maybe I actually ran very strong on that last particular map, of course. Mm-hmm. But, of course, they can also keep that going there. Because, I mean, again, like you said earlier, I mean, playing the meta is one thing. Playing the heroes is another. I mean, anyone could play the meta, anyone could play whatever hero. Of course, it all depends on the synergy you can build around that. I mean, you can have like, you'd be thinking like, okay, I'm a really good Reinhardt. All I need is these two particular heroes to go around. But the next thing is like, you know, some people are not going to do that. So despite despite what the meta is, now the question you have to think about this. I mean, I'm not going to try to go off of the OW here, but you know what? The hero bans do come in effect once in a while here, but it is not right now due to the break as of right now, of course, like the postseason of the OWL. But with the bans, kind of says switch around. But let's say if there was no bans, that's actually enough situation. So when you look at between bans and no bans, it kind of says a lot right there. But as of right now, all competitions are available basically. There's no hold bars. There's nothing holding them back. Basically, anyone can play whatever. It's just a matter of your synergy to come around with.
Gotcha. And that's really what we end up seeing here on Kings Row. That's why everyone picks it, because there are so many different ways to play the map. You can do that. Dive with Kings Row, kind of take control of the high ground and attack from all angles on a singular objective, or you can do that brawly composition that we've continued to see. You can use the double barrier. There's so many different ways to play this map, and so we're just waiting on the teams to get in here for coaches to. It looks like we were getting a coach in here. I'm not for certain if I think Nova is their coach or is.
It was another coach. Another coach comes in. Nova was already been in since the first map. Lakes is now.
Gotcha.
I believe it's for the side of EWP, I believe.
Yeah, we're just waiting for Phoenix Rising to ready up, and we'll go ahead and get into the action. Let's take a quick look in the chat and see what people have been talking about right here. Got some highlighted chats right here. X-Master saying EWP about to win, not gonna lie. One Tricker Row saying Phoenix Rising about to win, not gonna lie. And Andros 50 saying Link's disease is the healing queen. And I gotta say, I have been seeing a good amount of healing coming out of Lynx for this fight. But so far, Chi-Chi and Paprika during that last one were really showing to be quite strong. Looks like we are ready to go as we head into Kings Row.
Absolutely. This right now, Phoenix Rising is up 1-0 here. EWP still has a chance to keep coming in, but Phoenix Rising, they want to get the redemption here. They took the loss against AWP a while back here. They lost a 3-1. They want to get that back. They said, you know what, that could have been a practice run for them for the playoffs, because they knew for sure they were going to play. But I can't confirm that here. But Phoenix Rising wants to get that win here. I have a feeling they're going to be doing it tonight, but you know what? I don't want to jinx myself into that here. We will definitely see if they can still keep it going on Kings Row here. Only question we're going to be seeing is what kind of competition we'll see from both teams. We might see the brawly comps from in for the tank lineups here. Demon, Helix, Snake, Sniff, and Cell has just been quite the duos last tonight. I mean, they both work really well together. They make sure that whatever comes around or whatever plays they need to be making, they are there, of course. But right now we're gonna be seeing a double hit scan coming in for EWP. Damon and Helix are gonna go on that Ash and McCree. Helix is gonna go on that Mercy. It's not a very bad pick, of course. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought EWP was defending. I apologize.
Yep.
Anyway, I got it back. I apologize. But I would think he's going to stay on that Mercy, maybe do some damage boosting for Ash. Looks like going on the high ground. We'll see if there's see if Helix Snake is going to decide to be sniping on the Ash over the Widow that he tried on the last map. So here we go. King's Road be starting here. We'll see what goes around. Helix Snake look like he's just waiting for something here, but looks like he's gonna go just down, go around here. Demon's gonna go off of the Hanzo here. Knowing that there's no affair just yet, but looks like Bad Rev is gonna be stuck in the back line. Star takes down him. Does take down Bad Rev. Demon does take down Alfie. That's a very important pick. It is a very important pick, but you know what? There's nothing to follow up on that. It looks like EWP is just gonna hold back for just a moment.
You know, that's something that Bad Rep has got to watch out for. Civ is going to be constantly waiting as, once again, we're going to see the separation come out right here. Thankfully, with that gun, Helix Snakes will be able to get back as they are ready for the next fight.
Absolutely. That wall right there was one that EWP needs to be watching out here. And right now, Helix Snakes gets the pick off of Cell. He knows for sure that's his enemy tonight. Helix Snakes and Cell will be battling it here tonight. But right now, Sniff does get rid of John Hawkins, so it's still like 5-on-5 now, 4-on-5 for EWP here. He does take down LP again. And cool assistance coming from Traffic Room. Getting some healers on this team, maybe get some damage. But actually gets speaking of damage, gets the pick off of Sniff here. EWP is getting the picks here. Pigs right, just slowly pushing down Kobayashi by himself here. Doesn't want to take the fight. He's going to reset. He knows for sure he's got enough energy to keep this fight going. He's got to grab next fight. We might see it if he goes on as they go into this after they take this first after they get the payload going. I apologize.
So there's two different ways this defense could end up going. One is we stick with what we've got, but we stay grouped up a little bit better and not go for like the Reaper flank. The second way is what Zella's doing.
That's a
on that ass.
Absolutely. That was actually a shadow coming from Bad Rep here. Even though he gets nothing, he drops the team for just a moment. No, we know for sure that Bad Rep's got his shadow. Will Star-Lord equalize it or maybe add a bit more aggressiveness with this shadow here. But I'm looking at very interesting here. Helix and Leaksy is going to the backline. This is something that you don't see often. Here comes Bob. Will he do something here? He might be able to, but looks like some of the Phoenix Rising is gonna try to maybe stop him for just a moment. The payload is still moving. It goes Bad Rep and Star-Lord on the Reinhardt battle here. I don't know who's gonna win that one here, but Bad Rep does get the pick off of Kobayashi here. So Bad Rep right now, Star-Lord bounced out without some shadow. Oh, that is a good shadow from Star-Lord here, but he gets at least up to 4, but no fight comes out of that. It gets picked up, and EWP is holding strong in there. It's still moving.
Having both Coalescence and Valkyrie on you just makes you essentially undefeatable right there. Losing Kobayashi in the middle of that fight was not good for Star-Lord. Although the May wall was up, they separated out Bad Rep. It definitely would have been a kill under any other circumstances. Having all that immense amount of healing pouring into Bad Rep just could not slow them down.
Oof, and that's a pick from Helix Snake on Kobayashi here. Right there, I don't think Phoenix Rising is going to go for the whole that point. They're going to have to hold it back here. Now, the one thing I'm noticing is John Gok and Damon, they have a combination ready to go. They want to use it when they know for sure that the team is settled in. I like to see these types of picks here, but we'll see. That's going to come in later. Then that is a good blizzard coming in from Sniff here, to shatter from Bad Rep. But right now, the value's going to the side of Phoenix Rising, Sniff, and Stell. Gets the picks off half of the team. But the other half of the side of Phoenix Rising is going down here, so this is a 3-on-3 match here.
That is right, and that was interesting timing there from Bad Rep. I mean, yes, you want to use the counter chatter to the Blizzard to keep them from getting picks on you, but with the recent nerf to the chatter, it's really hard to keep that going. And with that shield and anti-nade on you, it's going to be hard to keep that going.
Oof, Star-Lord going in by himself again, but he gets picked off on Helix Snake. Here comes Bob for Celio. Both Bob's coming out. Who's gonna do a better Bob here? Right now, it looks like Helix Snake's Bob is actually putting more value than Cell's Bob. So right now, I mean, if you're looking at both Bobs here, Helix's Bob is greater than a Cell.
Yeah, they just had the main shield still in the fight with Star-Lord gone. That Bob has free reign to hit anyone and everyone. Now we're going into final fight here. 45 seconds on the clock. Big grab though.
Oh my goodness, here comes the Graviton and that Dragon Strike, but gets nothing, which is quite very interesting here. Alfie Stella actually holds the line for Phoenix Rising. They are holding that payload strong and true. And right now, looks like that combination from EWP is not going to hold off here. They're going to have to stop and just reset and think about it.
That's right. GG with that immortality field was absolutely clutch. Really the only thing that can shut down a grab dragon other than a really well-timed even to get that dragon. That's really what's going to end up shutting that down for them if they cannot deal with this Baptiste now.
Absolutely, Chi putting the heals and keeping those immortality fields very useful here, especially saving them from that Graviton and Dragon Strike combination not long ago here. But right now, with only less than 3 minutes, EWP has plenty of time to work with, so whatever fight they go in here, if they know they can't make it, they'll just stop and reset it, and that's what I'll do here. But right now, here comes in now from Traffic, even though on Batter, even though Cell gets picked up Helix there, he gets Res from Leaks the Seas, and David says, you know what, you can fight Ashton, I'm going to take you down here. Immortality field from Chi does get fallen from game here. John Hawks does take down Sniv, and right now it looks like it's back and forth fight between both teams, but double kill, triple kill actually from Demon on the side of EWP here. Quadruple here, I apologize here. Here comes Bob. Oh no! Oh no! You don't sell! He wanted to get Bob on the point, but he did not! Oh no! Unlucky!
Yeah, that was just not good positioning of that Bob. Typically, the best time to throw in that Bob would have been when you were coming out of spawn. Throw it, it hits the cart, but Zella was on top of the cart, used the coach gun just to get above it, and ended up like throwing the Bob off the side of the map. Not good, not good. But I mean,
in the words of
nevertheless.
Chipsa, in the great words of Chipsa, unlucky dude. I was gonna say something else, but that's not a standard kill just yet here. But you know what? That's a complete okay. Cell knows for sure that's not a mistake. That was basically just he was hoping to get something going, just did not. But that is okay. He's gonna redeem himself here as Phoenix Rising is gonna start their attack push here, and he might go off with this McCree. I'd be surprised if he doesn't.
And they did shave a good amount of time off of that time bank too. They were coming into that point with just about 3.5 minutes. Got them down to 2 minutes 23 seconds. And it looks like we're going to be seeing coming out from the side of Phoenix Rising possibly a double shield composition with Kobayashi coming out with the Sigma. Now that can be good, that can be bad. You can use that shield to kind of defend your Rhine as they're tackling in, just provides another shield for the fight, but then you could also put yourself in a really difficult position as well, not being able to move as quickly with your own Rhine. They are going for the double, the Cowboy Girl comp in the Western range on the side of Phoenix Rising. Let's see if they can make something happen.
Double shields, Cowboy Wars. I like it. Let's get this going here. We'll see if that's going to be that's the toughest thing Phoenix Rising be able to do to take this point back here. But that's not the case here just yet. John Hawks takes down Cell here, and Helix is going to win that Ash battle here. You know what? Bob does something here, but Helix is going to do something more right here against Sniv here. And Phoenix Rising is just going to step back for just a moment, figure something out. I wouldn't blame them if they take a little bit longer.
Yeah, and they're just having a really hard time dealing with all the damage that's coming in between Damon, Helix, Snake, John Hockey, and Supercharge, essentially like a third DPS, so Dynamite's continuing to come in. Thankfully, they got the suck there for Sigma to be able to come in with, and we'll let them now pop.
Alright, well, Sally gets a pick off the game here. That's the pick that he wants to see here. Block Shatter for, from Star-Lord here. Blake gets picked off here. Double picks coming in for the side of EWP here. EWP looked like they were down one, but they were able to hold it strong against here. But Phoenix Rising still holding that left side. Trying to get a commit, but not going to happen just yet. Looks like they're trying to get back here. Chi just chopping out of there with that Baptiste. And just Phoenix Rising's just got 2.5 minutes to keep it going.
Alright, Kobayashi switching back over to the Zarya. Realizing you cannot brawl. You cannot brawl without your Zarya. That's not the way to do it. I mean, if they were playing like a distance comp, then having an Orisa would probably be good, but they're looking to get brawly with the rest of them. But now with 2 minutes on the clock, they really got to capture this objective quick.
Yeah, they want to get the time bank in their favor. They got to do something here very soon here. But right now we're seeing this EWP a whole buttload of ultimates ready to go here. Phoenix Rising is just right behind him here. Here comes Bob, here comes Windows, and we got Ultimate coming around. High noon cell, we get, oh wow, he gets a triple kill off of that here. Nib gets rid of Bob here, but looks like he's able to get Helix back up alive here. But that res ain't gonna be very beneficial here. Looks like Phoenix Rising can still hold this point, and they definitely will.
I feel for you, Zella, on that missed flashbang right there. When you throw it just a little too far, it's never good positioning. But they were able to still take down that Reaper in their back line, which is good. They'll get the quick respawn. 4 minutes on the clock right now, as they get ready to push through the street.
Absolutely here. Right now, with under 4 minutes for side of Phoenix Rising, they have a chance to keep things going here. So basically, they got plenty of time to work with here. That I know they want to get the time in their favor, but you know what? If you can't, you might as well try to get to point 3 and keep things going here. But Cell coming in on that McCree doing good stuff here, and here comes a John Hawk's Graviton, and here comes a Death Block from Demon. It gets rid of 2 here. Helix gets rid of a Dynamite and gets a triple kill off of that, quadruple kill here. And the EWP is going to hold it strong here, and Phoenix Rising is just going to have to hold back just a little bit.
That choke is one of the hardest chokes to get through in this game for that very reason. There's so little space. There can be so much damage poured into that space to keep you from moving through, and that's exactly what we saw right there from Damon, taking advantage of that. And now I believe I had heard Damon go into the back line. He's going to be working into that back line right now, seeing if they can take down the healers once again to stop this push.
Oh, he wanted to get in the back line. Snip says, sit the hell down. Doesn't want him in back there here. Here comes the high noon from Cell. Will he get maybe 3, maybe 4? Will he get any more? We'll figure out here. Yeah, it looks like he's still going on. Oh no, he still goes on here. But if I'm noticing, Helix is in the back line. Even though Starlord takes down the tanks, but if you're noticing, Helix is in the back. He's got a Bob ready to go. He wants to maybe do a sneaky Bob move here. I wouldn't blame him if he did.
Probably not the best way to be, though. I mean, that payload's going to get pretty far pretty quick if they don't start moving their way in. They've got sights on Chi-Chi and Sniv, but that payload's going to move way too far past. I don't think that Bob's going to get the value that they're looking for.
Not yet, of course. We'll see if that's not the case here. But Zell actually gets the double pick here. But Helix Snake just sneakily waiting. I'm waiting for him to do something. He wants to maybe send the ball at the last second here. Maybe he will. Oh, does not get it here. Wanted to get it just at the last second, but does not. Here comes the battle between Helix and Chi-Chi here. But Snipson is like, nope, I'm going to join this battle. But Chi-Chi wins off of it. You don't see, I mean, you see Chi-Chi hitting off the Helix, but gets some damage, gets some pick off of that Helix Snake. That's a very good stagger move for the side of Phoenix Rising.
Very early in OCCS history, I remember we had one player that would go for these really long behind-the-team flanks like that and would waste so much time. Their damage was not the fight, so their team would continue to lose over and over again. I don't remember who it was, so can't remind me, but that's exactly what we saw right there. Big Bob and coming in there.
We're seeing Bobs, we're seeing Windows, we're seeing High Noon. We don't know which Bob he's going to get a bit more. Dev just points at Bob here, just gets rid of him here. Doesn't want Bob in the back line, and actually does do it. Starlord, oh, that's a good, oh, it's a missed shadow from Starlord, but you know what, so far, we're seeing, oh no! Sniv, oh, first Cell was Bob, now Sniv gets moved off. That is unfortunate, but right now, Phoenix Rising might have the time bank in their favor here. All they gotta do is get rid of John Hawks here. They're just off of 2. Oh, equal time bank for Pro. Oh. What are the odds? I have seen an equal time almost 1 second, 1 match ago, back then. Now I'm seeing equal. Wow, unbelievable.
It was just all about good timing. The teams did their best at running down time at different points. Obviously, for Phoenix Rising, they had a harder time getting into objective number 1, so that shaved their time bank off at the beginning, whereas EWP got their time bank shaved off in the final point. With Phoenix Rising doing an incredible defense. So it's going to be interesting to see how this will continue to work going forward. I believe we will see EWP go back on the attack. So it's going to be up to Phoenix Rising to set up a strong defense the first time around, and it looks like that's what they're going to be going for. Sniv going to be back on that May. We're going to see Zella on the Ash. So we're going to get that distance plus those big old dynamites. But Helix Snake possibly looking to go in on that signature Genji. The question is, will it be valuable enough to take down the entire team?
The question is going to be, though, is like the competition from both sides. It's going to matter who's going to have the more aggression, because if you think about it, 2 minutes from both sides. If one team has that upper hand on the aggression side to keep the tiebreaks in the favor, that's what's going to decide if one team's going to be able to have more time in the favor to get this payload going. We'll see if that's going to be the case here. We're going to see Helix takes on his signature Genji here. Oh no, he's got walled up, but you know what? He's able to climb out and not be able to get anything not get picked up here just yet. But right now, it looks like the brawl competition is for both sides. Starler's just getting rid of, getting a ton of attention out here. You know what? I would have played one bit. Helix takes get rid of Chi-Chi. That goes one half of the healing on the side of Phoenix Rising here. Will that be the pick that gets them the point here? We don't know just yet. It's still 5-on-6. It looks like the picks are now finally coming in for the side of EWP here. I would say right now, Phoenix Rising can step back, let them take it here, get everybody reset, and just work together. All you got to do is hold it for, I mean, if you have to get overtime, get it to overtime, but they're going to just reset and hold off.
That's right, and that's going to put them in a good positioning for this next fight, too. Many times they try to give it back in for the contestant objective alpha, but really they should just be setting up for the street phase. If they can lock them down here, it'll work out well. The Helix snakes get really close to that blade, along with Rapid on that nano.
Oh, Lauren, you just let that, you let AdRep get a good representation on this Reinhardt here. Gets more than half the team off that shot here. And the picks are coming in for EWP. John Haas gets a double, and Demon following up, getting rid of the tanks here. And right now, there's 3 left here. They're just trying to hold the line here. Even though there's only 2 people, Traffic just holding the payload here. It is still moving quite long enough. And Phoenix Rising has one fight they can hold. If they can get one fight to hold this payload, that is all they need.
That's right. They could be putting themselves in a really good position for their attack if they can make this happen. But it's gonna, here
comes the Nano Genji. Will he get anything right there? But that Immortality is gonna save him for just the time being. But it looks like he gets nothing off of that. And Elfie says, you may be a Nano Genji, but I'm not gonna let you take my team here. Here comes some of the picks coming from both sides. We are now in overtime territory. We got a Blizzard coming in from Stib. We got Peak coming in from Leaks to Seas here. But right now, EWP has the advantage, and I don't think Phoenix Rising will have enough to hold here. I don't think they will. EWP will get the second here. Again, just one fight from Phoenix Rising will will get the stop on their defense.
I gotta say, I gotta give some constructive criticism to Star-Lord again. You're a great tank, but stop charging into that action. While everyone else was fighting off the Genji, you were 1v5 against the rest of EWP. And that's what left your team to fight point 2 alone without you.
Oh, Star-Lord making the reputation again. Cell, what are you doing? I don't know what you are trying to go for here, but that does, I mean, jumping off is not going to win the match here. So Demon's going to go in the back line for a Death Blossom here. Gets nothing, even though it gets rid of Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi here, but the team kill coming in for EWP, and I don't think Phoenix Rising is going to get it here. Unless Starlord can come back in time. He does get the moment, but I don't know how long he's going to be able to last here. But gets both taken down. We do see Kabayashi going to switch off with the Sari going on that Hammond here. Gets charging from bad reputation, but just hold it strong. Try to hold it long enough you can here. But I don't see anything coming from Phoenix Rising to hold this long enough to do it. I would say right now EWP will get this second point, and they will.
That's it. Unfortunately, again, we just keep seeing them charge up EWP right there, and it's really hard to continue to fight off a very strongly charged Zarya. So I'm going to be interested to see if EWP will end up holding this. Phoenix Rising did have a difficult time getting through that first objective due to the defense that was put up by EWP. So will it be a complete lockout, or will they be able to get it as far? One way or another, they will hit overtime eventually. So they have to have those sustainable ultimates to keep them in the fight.
Absolutely, it's going to be very important though. Of course, you want the time banks in your favor in a way to where you want overtime to happen in later on. But in this case scenario, that's probably not going to be the case. All they got to do is keep the attack strong on the side of Phoenix Rising, keep that payload going. If they can get this whole point going, this will be very interesting to see if that goes on. But we're going to be seeing something very interesting, but from both sides. We're not going to be only seeing a Mir Raiden Zarya competition, but we're going to be seeing a Bastion build from both sides. You don't see that often unless Cell actually switches off from here. But we've seen this from Phoenix Rising a while back. They wanted to try the Bastion symmetric turn here, and I want to blame them for running it. But last time that happened, it just didn't do a whole well. maybe either EWP is gonna be ready for it, or will they not expect it? We'll see if Phoenix Rising makes the right pick here.
Well, that's the thing, is that they are ready for it. Having that Bastion, even without a shield, is going to do a heck of a lot of damage up on that high ground. And they get it perfectly.
The question is, will Cell get the pick? He wins the Bastion battle here. Oh, Cell's in the house! He gets 3 picks! Oh my god! He gets 4 picks on that!
Zella cleaning it up right now. Perfect timing.
Oh! He got the 6 hit! He got the 6 hit!
It is the Zella show.
He gets the 6 hit! Cella's in the house, even though there's no team kill. That was a team kill right there. He got it fast. He not only got the picks there, but he got it faster than with EWP here. Now they have a huge advantage in the time bank.
Well, I gotta say that put them in a really good position. Zilla, or I guess realizing immediately that the Bastion was there, you know, without knowing that that Bastion was going to be there, you put yourself in a really difficult position. But I guess seeing them immediately, they were able to take them out just as quick. I guess they weren't expecting that. The Helix takes that backline.
He had enough of it. He takes that Cell here. There's no rest for the side of Phoenix Rising, so they're going to have to wait for Cell here with this time on match here. Charlotte actually decides to charge in, but short distance is very good here. Gets to pick off a demon, but John Hawk says gets out of here, doesn't want him here. So it looks like Cell's going to go off of that Tracer here. Doesn't want to have that Bastion ultimate here. Once you lose that Bastion attack here, you just can't do much about it here. So back and forth picks coming in for Phoenix Rising and EWP here. But right now, I mean, 30 seconds left here. All Phoenix Rising's got to do is keep the attacks going. If they can do it, they can manage to get themselves on the board.
That is true. I'm not for certain if the Coalescence was good timing on their part. The Shatter coming in though.
Oh, better Shatter coming in for Star-Lord here. Bad Reps gets more, but you know what? Star-Lord says, I got better here. But looks like Demon just takes out Cell. He does not like this player. But again, this is going to be a battle of DPS here tonight. And Cell so far has already done something here, and EWP does not like him here. Now, we're in overtime here. The one thing I would hate to see is a C9 here. There's only one person on that payload here. That's going to be very interesting here. Hopefully something comes around. Here comes a Dragon Strike coming in from Helix Net here. Gets rid of Elfie. Maybe gets another one, but Traffic Coon does take down Star-Lord here. Oh, there's actually a good Graviton from Kobayashi, but no value comes around of it. Can Sail stay alive long enough to keep the payload going, but I think he can't do this 1v6 here. I don't see him doing it. I'm not trying to be rude, but this is sometimes the 1v6 could be really impossible unless you are Kobayashi, but that is not the case just yet, unless he can prove me wrong here. That is not the case. Bad rep, gets rid of Cell, and right now EWP will go into the half with that point on the board.
Yeah, that was going to be a hard fight to win regardless, just because of how incredibly far they had to push to be getting. But we are going to see Zella.
My goodness.
If a Bastion is played at any time during the game, it's automatically play of the game. I just want you to know that.
Absolutely.
That makes a lot of sense. GT with right there. That's why we were able to take them down so much faster. Beautiful, beautiful. But again, play of the game does not win you the game. So I really want to see some changes on either side. Star-Lord, you gotta stop tackling in there, especially if you got a Bastion on cart. You gotta protect your Bastion. Like, just staying a couple of steps back. Like, you gotta stay with the payload anyway, because overtime's gonna tick in incredibly quick. You know, if they would have saved that Bastion on the cart, they probably could have made it all the way to the end if they just would have protected the president. That's what you do when you got a Bastion on cart. But for EWP, it was great positioning, great all around. Probably some things they could have worked on, but they've tied it up. It's 1-1 going into the half.
Absolutely. You know what? Again, plays coming in good. You know what? If they actually gone with that protect the president's competition right there, these could have gone further. But you know what? This is halftime. We still got a couple more games going here. We still got at least hopefully 3 games coming in. Still going in, guys. Again, first 3 will go on to the finals, but we will figure out if Phoenix Rising can stay going. All they got to do is will Star-Lord come back here and not charge in, and will EWP find a way against that Bastion here? We'll find out here. Don't go anywhere. We'll take a break.
me queen, I'm living inside a dream. I'ma go full out. I'ma go full out. I'ma go full out. Sounds alright, feeling so weird. I make you holler, but no way you're here, but no way you're here. I feel like you're real already. I'm just taking some time, 'cause I need you in your life. And tonight I will know, 'cause you're around, trying to get it done. You ain't nothing so nice when you're on the side. 'Cause now I do see what I do. All the things I'm running out of the freedom. You ain't nothing so nice when you're on the side. 'Cause all I do is think about you. Think about you. Think about you. Just let me let him talk.
There was rumors of a Mangachu hitting the OCC server. Is Colorblind or Bastion May now hitting the servers? You guys can decide yourself as we get ready to start the second half of this playoff match of Phoenix Rising versus EWP. Again, I am Cybercat with the play-by-play. I got my best color caster there is, and that is Captain Jack. Captain, it has been quite a fair match here. I mean, both sides have been throwing it. We've seen, I mean, the plays have been crazy. Can you agree with that?
Yes, I can. They've been back and forth all night. These teams are incredibly evenly matched for what we've been seeing here in the semifinals for this division. So I'm really excited to see what might happen this time around. Storylord been doing the Reinhardt things, tackling just a little bit too much. Hopefully we'll see that fixed in this round. A bad rep landed more shatters into shields than they are into people. So you know we got lots of corrections all around that need to be made. I'm actually making some swaps here. And as soon as we do that, we'll probably be ready to go. Our next map, the Escort, is going to be Route 66, which is not one we see very often.
Yeah, but this is one of the maps that we see once in a while. But you know what? In this case, looks like Phoenix Rising wants to pull it off. I bet they have a strategy they want to pull off, or maybe finally Cell and Civ want to maybe have that with their hero flexibility background. They maybe want to play something that could work around it, and I wouldn't blame them if they do such a thing here. We did see Cell going off of the pharmacy on the Ling Strong Tower. Maybe he could do the same thing right here for the time being. You can play pharmacy as much as you can, as long as you can keep the pressure going. You can play pharmacy as long as you want. Maybe Cell wants to do that here. Maybe he wants to play Widowmaker. He wants to play Widowmaker. So again, we'll see if Phoenix Rising has something in plan here. But again, both teams have been have done very strong pushes, strong defenses, strong attacks. They are both doing very fantastic here. We've already seen Cell just popping off. Not only he's been popping off for the 6K on that Bastion. I kid you not, that was one of the best plays I have seen anyone with a Bastion in a while. So thank you Cell for that here. But of course, he's been the man for Phoenix Rising. He's been again, his hero flexibility has been not only astonishing, but just the way how he works with the other team. That's one thing that gets Phoenix Rising to keep things going here. Is this man right here.
Yep, we're just finishing up some swaps right here. We do realize that the scoreboard's a little off. The Broadcast GG scoreboard has been having some issues, so we will get that fixed as soon as possible. So be sure to stay tuned for that. But it is a 1-1 between these two teams. This is a best of 3 matchup, so whichever team takes the next 2 maps could end up winning this out, or we could see them tie once again, each taking 1 map and bringing us again to a map 5. So let's see if we can make it happen.
Absolutely. Now, the only time we would probably see a potential more than 5 maps going around here would be basically from the Assault. That would be our 4th map. But that, of course, if it does happen, but we don't want to see that here. We want to see the 5th. We want to see all 5 maps be completed. We want to see a team make, we don't want to see a map says, oh, we have to go for a tie and make another map out of that. It just makes it another step to try to make it through to the finals here. So both teams are going to do whatever they can to make sure that doesn't happen here. But right now, looking at it, looks like EWP will be starting on the attack push here, and Phoenix Rising will be on the defense here. So, a question is going to be again: will we see another pirate ship competition trying to run out here, or will we see something familiar from both teams? That's going to be for them to decide. I want to blame. Just the fact that Phoenix Rising did pick the map. I want to blame them putting in the competition that EWP is not expecting.
That's true. It could be one of the things that we constantly see is the hold on top of Big Earls. And it looks like Phoenix Rising once again is going to be going with that double shield composition, the Orion Sigma. Zella this time around, though, going to be coming out on the Junkrat, vice the other heroes that we've seen them on. Junkrat definitely a very huge destructive... Oh, they're doing that now. They're looking to do the cave strat.
This is interesting. This cave strat is very similar to what we see on the Oh, I know what you're talking about. I exactly know what you're talking about. Oh, this is going to be quite interesting.
Yep, and that Junkrat is going to pour a lot of damage out of there. It's going to be interesting to see what they use to counter that. Brick going to be coming in as the ball. Not going to be doing a lot unless they can boot people out of that room. And I guess they're all wondering where they are right now.
Absolutely.
Hold it.
Oh, well, here it comes. The cave strat is coming in effect here. Sniv gets the wall off of here. No one able to go in just yet. They don't want to go in and get a pick off here. Starlord is going to has to be mindful here. Doesn't want to go off here. But looks like Rick pulls him off here. So it looks like the cave strat could go for a bit longer, and exactly he will. But Starlord does get picked down here. Not the fact that he did not turn him on himself, but oh! Spat Bad Rep gets from that okay competition. Wanted to be strong for Phoenix Rising, but Bad Rep says, I'm going to make a good rep here. Get the shatter, get through the team, and that payload will be going.
See, that's one of the things that you've got to do when playing this, is that there are 2 entrances to that tunnel every single time. There are always 2 entrances, so if you do not protect your back end, you will always get taken out from behind. And unfortunately, we did not see that from Kobayashi, holding up the back line right there. Did see a pick come in from the turret there, but it looks like they're looking to take it back.
Absolutely, they could take it back. It is now 4-on-4. If Phoenix Rising can hold off here, that could be a team. The only question is, will that turret do any damage here? It could be a little bit peak of a big turret here to keep things going, but looks like EWP is spread out just a bit here. But given this looks like this, Star-Lord is holding in long enough for the rest of the guys to come back in here. But breaking that turret's gonna hold on here, but Chi-Chi doesn't want that turn here. Cell doesn't like Break rolling around, wrecking the ball and crazy. Gets rid of him here, and right now they're EWP is holding down by 1 tank, but they're gonna hold it. They're just gonna hold it here. Looks like EWP is just gonna wait until they know for sure this battle is no longer in their favor here. Bad Rep and Star-Lord actually. Oh, that is a huge stop coming on from Sniff here. Freezes Bad Rep long enough for him to miss that shatter here. So we'll see if that miss shatter is going to actually help Phoenix Rising to keep the things going. Here comes the blitz from Sniff here. He's putting in the picks here. Bad Rep does get taken down. That turret is in the back line doing damage. Minefield is all over the place here. How many picks will he get? Looks like Star-Lord's going to just stop his shield. Just get rid of it here. Nothing here. Sniff just says, get him out of here. That was a good boss, but Sniff says, get down. Wow. And EWP is going to resell now. Oh, wow.
So that was a beautiful combination of Paprika and Sniv right there. Paprika gets the stun onto Damon, and then immediately after, the icicle from Sniv just flings the Reaper into oblivion. That's an oof right there, folks.
That's a standard failgram death right there. I can now say that here, ladies and gentlemen. But looks like right now, Demon is going to go off that May here. Here comes Cell. He's got the high note. Will he get? How many would he get? He does get Damien. You know what? That's better than nothing there. He gets the double picks, even though Brick does get res by Link's disease here. Way under a minute on the payload here. EWP looking for something to keep this payload going here. But right now, I mean, all they have is a Shatter and a molten core for EWP. I don't know if that would be enough for them to keep this payload going. Especially, and a Coalescence coming in too.
The Torb is always an interesting choice on the offense, and if you cannot keep that turret up, which Zella right now is making sure that is not the case, you're not getting a whole lot of value out of the Torb. I'm really hoping that they can zone out using the Molten Core to get moving into this objective and keep it going.
Absolutely, right now looking like Demon is just going right under, trying to maybe sneak a little bit behind them, trying to separate the team here. Exactly, that's what he's doing here. Here comes the Molten Core from Hilly Snake. Will he get anything? Nothing just yet, but the bad rep getting the pick off of Star-Lord, and there's a Shatter coming in. Looks like EWP might have a chance to keep this payload going, but Cell still on the high ground. He's on the high ground better than Obi-Wan Kenobi here. But will he stay? How long will he stay alive to keep it going here? And I would say right there, he does get picked off a break here. EWP found their window, and now they can get this payload going. They will actually get first point.
Kobayashi was on the high ground with Link's Disease in the exact same positioning and didn't even realize that Link's Disease was still healing Bad Rep from afar. Before jumping down into that action, the first thing that Kobayashi should have done was take that Mercy out of the fight. He would have lost that res, he would have lost that healing, and it probably would have made it a lot easier for them to take that fight. Unfortunately, it just didn't happen that way.
Absolutely. Now, I'm looking at something very interesting here. Damon maybe trying to get the high ground on the left, on his right side. Maybe get something here. Will that be actually, that might be pricey here. Sniv and Stell working together as a dynamic duo, getting something here, but the wall actually does save. Sniv says, nope, I got a wall here myself here. But Stell actually now, despite not helping his partner in crime, gets rid of Helix Snake here. Actually, very important pick. Running out recruit matchup. High noon from Cell. He gets rid of the other duo. Even though he gets picked off, you know what? He gets both of the DPS down, and I would say right now, EWP just waiting off here. You want to go in with the DPS, you want to go in with a full-on 6.
See, it's unfortunate that Zella was going for the high ground. I know that typically that's what you want to do with McCree, but using that Amp Matrix would have given so much more of a benefit. It would have destroyed shields in 2 hits, by 6 hits. Like, it would have taken down a far more of the team and given him a lot of protection as well. They gotta communicate of when they're gonna use those ults so that they can pair them better.
Absolutely. Here comes Kabayashi. He does get 3 here, but it looks like it doesn't get anything here just yet. Sniv on that Blizzard gets a couple of part of the teams here. Still is watching that May ultimate here. Not May ultimate, just looking at Sniv here. Here comes a shatter from Bad Rep, gets to the team here, but looks like both the ultimates coming from both sides. Blizzard are gone from both sides. Cell and Helix getting the picks here, but which one's going to get more value out of the two here? Helix is getting very close to a high noon on his side here, but Traffic Crew on that double, let's kill here. With only 30 seconds left, EWP can still get the second point here, but Phoenix Rising, if they can get the time and they can get this last fight and maybe hold it here on the first point.
Smart yet dangerous right there for Traffic Coon. Obviously, you want to know that the Coalescence is coming from their side, but if you're doing it from behind their team, you give them the sense that maybe if they don't realize exactly what healers they have, that they can just, that they have the Coalescence for their
Kabiyashi's trying to go in by himself, wants to be like the next Reinhardt, but we'll see if that will be the case here. But right now, Heatsnake gets a Deadeye off of Kabayashi here, just going by himself. Scarlord takes off Bad Rep, winning the Reinhardt battle yet again. It's a 5-on-5, tanks going down from both sides. Looks like another 4-on-4 from both sides here. High noon from Cell. He gets anything, gets some Helix here. Looks like the time thing was in their favor. They were able to hold this off here, and Kabayashi on that Hammond, make sure no one's coming around. And Phoenix Rising holding it strong. Just had the timing in their favor to hold it off on the second point for EWP.
Well, I gotta agree with being said in the chat right now is that Helix is getting cocky right now, thinking that they can go for those big plays without being seen, but they're getting sought out every single time by Phoenix Rising, and that's kind of what you pay for now. Very rarely do you see a lock on Objective 2 for Route 66. You either see a first point shutdown or you see a third point shutdown. So the fact that we have this rare event occurring just shows that we may not be seeing the plays from EWP that we should be seeing, whether it be communication, whether it be positioning, whatnot. Well, let's see if Helix Snake can turn things around. It looks like they're going to be coming in with the Far Mercy, with Link's disease as well. Damon, we're going to get double Sky Princesses here with Damon coming in on the Echo as well. So going to have that duplicate on the line as well. Double Shatters, double Grabs, double a Gravitic Flux for you instead of the enemy team. Could be a whole lot of chaos right here moving into this defense, but Zella coming back out on the junk, gonna realize very quickly that that is not what they need for this fight.
Absolutely, double Sky Princess could be the is right now in their advantage unless Phoenix Rising sees it that they need to have it. She find a counter for that here, but we'll see if the double shields is very beneficial to keep that, maybe to avoid doing that here. But looks like Cell says, you know what, I can't play Jump right here just yet. He's got to watch that pharmacy. He's got to watch Farah. He's got to watch Echo. So he's gonna go off that McCree. He's been doing so well so far. He's keeping it going for his team here. Hopefully, hopefully his pick on McCree keeps his team going and keep this momentum alive. Looks like the payload is still moving here, not going with that cave competition here. And like I said earlier, he's keeping his team going as he gets rid of team here. Kabayashi boops up Kabayashi. Kabayashi, I apologize. Bad Rep maybe doesn't want to get rid of his Squire, although Paprika up here, she wants to be a Squire, but he says sit down, doesn't want any part of it here. And he looks like right now, both teams just settling back and forth. Helix all that double kill, gets rid of Sniff, Chicha, and Sal gets rid of his hardest counter here. And EWP holding it strong. Phoenix Rising needs to hold off just a bit. They got plenty of time to work with.
I have to say that was a miss fire there on Starlord. Just got a little too far away from Zella to allow him the space that he needed to be able to take the Far Mercy out of the fight. Just provided a lot of room for Helix, Snake, and Link's disease to get into that backline, take down Zella without a lot of extra fight. They do have the Shatter online. Let's see if they can make use of it.
But we also are seeing the Helix with that barrage ready to go here. Sniv gets rid of Snix and Z. That's one half of the pharmacy competition gone. That's very important here. You don't have any res, you have no healing. So right now, Helix is going to wait. He's either going to wait for something to come around or maybe just wait for the pharmacy to come around to keep himself going in this game here. But right now, they're going to have to wait for what do you call it? Link's to come around. Bad Rep wants to get a shadow, does not here Both shatters missed by both teams here. Charges coming in here, but Snib gets the pick here. Here comes Cell. Oh my goodness, he gets 3 off of that here. Cell is hitting the plays here. He is holding strong for his team here. And OCC holding off, trying to be that battle mercy on the gas station. Looks like he says, no, I got plenty of gas to work with. I'm going to head back to my point. Cell says, no, you will not. And right there, they're just EWP is going to have to wait a bit longer.
That was that was such a dangerous move, and they paid for it with their lives. Moving in on that Matrix with the grab. Not good timing right there.
Pretty much. Here comes Cell, gets rid of break. Wanted to come back in time to hold the point, but not just yet. They want to get this barrage to work here. We'll see if this barrage does work. He gets rid of Snap. Paprika getting spicy, gets rid of Demon here. Helix gets another pick here, and actually quite interesting here. Cell gets rid of Helix here. Looks like the fight is going back and forth between both teams. High noon again from Cell. Will he get another more? And he gets rid of Leaks the Siege here. I think the break trying to get on the hammer just boot him up just high enough to get rid of the another half of the EWP's support line here. And both Reinhardt battles going on here. Who's going to win this Reinhardt battle? I don't know. It looks like Starlord wanted to win that battle, but Paprika being spicy again gets rid of Rapid here. First point here, and right now, Phoenix Rising has 3.5 minutes, plenty of time to work with. They don't have to go for second point or third point. They just got to get it close to the door, and that will be their point.
All right, we're seeing a lot of swaps for the side of EWP. Damon now coming in on the Junkrat, Helix Snake on the Genji, and Traffic Coon on the Ana. With the amount of time they have left, they are definitely capable of making it happen. But now the question is, can they shut down this payload? So far, they have not been able to stop them except for the very first fight that they had on Objective 1. So will EWP be able to shut them down, or is Zealous Decree just going to be too strong for this to come?
The tie bank is in Phoenix Rising's favor. We'll see if that's going to be the case here. Looks like Bob is in the backline going to do something here. He just gets stuff on the job against waking up. That could be very crucial here. We'll see if that's going to be the case here, but not yet. Starlord gets rid of Demon, even though Sarah is down for Phoenix Rising here. But looks like the pick is coming in for Phoenix Rising. Kobayashi and Paprika. Oh, what a shadow from Bad Rep. Gets rid of half of the team, but the value is coming in. He gets rid of Chi and Sniv here. Gets actually the fire strike off of Paprika's Liker now. And right now, Phoenix Rising just going to hold off here. They got almost 2 minutes here. They still have enough to work with.
I'm going to say it once, and I'm going to say it again. Starlord, you might have gotten that kill onto Damon, but because you went out too far out of position, you got taken down, and then Bad Rap got that fat shatter. You gotta be more of a defense for your team. I know you want to get in, you want to swing that hammer. I play Ryan a lot. I totally get it. But with your team, damage as they are, they gotta be protected.
That double DPS pick from Snap, that is really important. That's actually quite important, really important. Half the team right now is down for EWP here. This could be the pick right there. This that line could be the designing turn if Phoenix Rising is able to hold here. I think they could be able to, even though OCC in the back try to hold it long enough for the cavalry to come back in here, but Rick is trying to hold it off on the hammer and swinging around, maybe getting something here. High noon from Cell. Will he get anything here? And gets picked up from Damon here. Not long. They could have stayed alive long enough for him to get going. Looks like we're going to see the battles of the Junkrats going on here very shortly here. But Demon's going to take the high ground. He's going to be better than Cell taking the high ground. But we do see Nano and Shatter coming in for EWP. Bad Rep getting here. Now we're in 60 seconds left here. All Phoenix Rising need is one team push fight here. If they can do it, they can get this payload going, but EWP has a lot to work with.
So, bad positioning the first time around from EWP. They were completely split 3-3. Not a good way to be when you're starting off, unless you're really going for that good backline pick that's supported by the rest of your team. But they didn't end up getting it. But then, again, we see Damon come back in with the junk, getting on that high ground. Those grenades, get a pretty good distance on them. And now here comes
he's my favorite Rep Trier. He gets off of Chi-Chi, getting rid of half of the support line is good and better than nothing here. Would that pick be a good defense? Or would that be the defensive call for EWP here? Here comes Kobayashi. He gets high rep to go high ground, but the picks are coming in for the side of Phoenix Rising, but Sniv tired, just didn't get nothing here just yet. Here comes a Mytho on the payload. Will that get anything here? Will that stop the team here just yet? It looks like it will go over time. Kobayashi got really close to make the to keep the payload going here. So far, it's going to be both tank lines and Paprika on the payload here going. Fire Strike gets a pick off of Starlord. Right now, EWP is looking for something to keep a hold here. They have, here comes that blade. Will that blade be the deciding turn for this match right here? And that's a good shadow from Star-Lord here. Will he get something right there? Nev actually goes on that Pharaoh. Here comes the pick from Paprika. And actually, Phoenix Rising found a way around this here. They got to deal with Hammond right here. All they got to just get rid of him. That will be it here. He's got to stay alive long enough for the EWP to stay alive. I don't think that will be the case here. Actually, they can't get rid of him. What's going on? He's the sweet wrong. Can he stop long enough for EWP to come back? No, he will not. Phoenix Rising holding it again. They got one more map before they can make it to the finals. They are so close from getting redemption.
That's right. Phoenix Rising doing an incredible job right there in that final fight. Great positioning from GG, using the amp matrix far away for them to be able to get those grenades and to heal the team on part. The only thing that was an issue a majority of the time was the fact that they didn't end up taking care of the Junkrat on the high ground. Leaving Damon up there to continue to rain damage from above was just making it very difficult from them. Thankfully, Sniv did come out as the Pharah to be able to get up on that high ground and quickly take out Damon, and that allowed them to push into the final point.
Absolutely. Again, just you gotta watch those heroes. If they're on a certain position and not able to get no pressure on them, that gives them free range. That just basically gives them enough time to like, you know what? I'll put in damage. I'm gonna make sure that if no one's gonna get me, you know what? I'm gonna get them here. But both teams have been doing that. Stella and Damien just back and forth. But these DPS have just been absolutely nuts. Hero pool it's fantastic for both guys here. They're working the best. They're putting in the picks. They're putting in the plays here. But right now, I mean, EWP's got to look for something. If they want to get their 3 map wins, they got to pull it back here on this next assault map. We're going to figure out what assault map they will be picking here. But right now, Phoenix Rising, 1 game left here for redemption after their loss against them 2 weeks ago here. They're looking to get that, to make that happen, and I could see it happen, ladies and gentlemen. But you know what? Anything could happen here. These are the playoffs right now, so anything could happen. You can see one team doing something, next thing you know, someone pulls it back and does more nutty moves than what the other team's doing. So anything could happen here, but we're gonna figure out what's gonna happen here on this next assault map, which I don't know what's gonna be here just yet.
Nope, we're just waiting to see what's going on. And looking in the chat, I gotta agree a little bit with one Trick Row. Is this game is just 2 feeds and I feel like it's not like a complete feed fest. Obviously these teams are doing really good, but sometimes some of these players, you know, Helix Snake, Bad Rep, Star-Lord, they just get a little antsy. They want to get some kills under their belt, and they just get out of position just a little too much. Their team can't support them. They get taken down. So it's just, you know, you just got to work on that. I mean, that's something that all of us as players continually work on, because we have those nights that we just want to get in, we want to get aggressive, we want to shut them down as quick as possible. But we got to remember, this is a team game. You gotta be able to do that damage with your team together. So let's see if that will end up biting Phoenix Rising in the butt going into our final map, which we have not gotten yet. But there's so many different maps that could be chose from. They could end up taking it to Temple. That's a popular one that we've been seeing lately. We could see some Hanamura. I mean, we could see Paris, but very unlikely. And let's see what other. I always forget what total maps we have for this category. And we have Volskaya and Horizon Lunar Colony. So lots of good choices here. Going to be really interesting to see what EWP ends up choosing for this. If they want to go for the Brawly comp, Hanamura might be the place to go. But if they want to go Sky Princesses and try to make it work once again, maybe Volskaya or Temple is where they need to head to.
Absolutely. And again, like I'm looking at like you were saying, some of the part of the chat was going on. The one thing I am literally looking at is Star-Lord. I know you want to play Reinhardt. I don't blame you one bit. Going nuts here. The only problem is that if you're going in by yourself, where's your shield for your team? That's the one thing I think if Phoenix Rising can look around that, they can basically that would be the what do you call it? The synergy they'd be looking for. Keep your team alive. Keep you guys going. I mean, you got Kobayashi. I mean, if he's got that Saria, then he's got that. But of course, even though Kobayashi has been on that double shields with his partner in crime, I don't blame him trying to run around that. Well, the question is, of course, thinking just because you have a double shield doesn't mean you would actually you want to go in by themselves here. So it looks like we're going to be going to the Temple of Anubis here. I'm going to quickly update you guys, ladies and gentlemen. But we're also going to be seeing swaps for the side of EWP here. So we're going to be, while those are going on here, we're going to be continuing with this with the coverage here, guys. So right now, again, Phoenix Rising is up 2-1. Will Phoenix Rising find the redemption here, or will EWP find their way back? You know what? Anything can happen here. So but right now, if Starlord can find his way to keep himself as a protective support, protective player, he can keep his team going here. But right now, he's been on this battle with this Reinhardt versus Reinhardt battle with a bad rep, and I wouldn't blame him one bit. You want to keep your reputation as a Reinhardt player more superior than the other one. But you know what? In order for you to do that, it's going to be one key, a common key, and that is keeping your team alive.
That is absolutely true, and we did see Brick get swapped out for John Hawk once again, so it looks like they're looking to use that ball a little bit less than they did during the previous map. So going to be interesting to see. We're just waiting. Oh, we got that second R, so let's go ahead and get the show started as we head to Temple of Anubis.
Now entering the
now, last time I remember seeing something familiar, I think it was actually on Phoenix Rising. They were able to hold. There was a part I saw. I would love to see them if they could do it here again. Here, is that what was it again? They were able to hold against their enemy for 5 minutes on the first point here. It's actually quite crazy. I kid you not. They were not able to get their first point themselves, but for 5 minutes they had to hold it against their opponents. And out of all odds, they were able to do that here. Maybe I'd like to see them do something similar here. The only difference is that I don't know if that will happen here just yet. But Jag, I know you're in the for those in the chat right now. We will go to a map 5 if EWP does win this map here. But again, that they have to get this map 5 to happen for them to actually get themselves going. They have to win right here. But Phoenix Rising up that one game here. They just need to just keep. They're just so close to get to the finals. I don't blame them for them to lose it if they did have to go to map 5. They have been trying so hard. They've been working with so many competitions. They had a chance to look at what mistakes they were making against EWP last time. They're fixing them here again. The only thing right now, and like we said, Starlord, all he's got to do is keep his team protective, and he can keep things going. But we're going to be seeing a quite interesting competition. Double shields again, but with a Torbjorn, and we can see that turret just hiding on the top left of where they are positioned at.
But we do have the Sim teleport coming in for their attack strat though, and that could be good positioning for them. And it looks like they're just moving in real quick. They got Link just on that Lucio, moving straight into the objective, and they see that Torp turret now. That's going to be a complete menace for them. They try to hold this objective, use the anti-nade, and that's going to be the first couple picks.
Starboard, he's actually making himself good. He's making some mistakes. Gets a triple kill off of that here. I mean, no range damage for the side of EWP. That turret is getting free range damage. I mean, with that, I believe that turret actually was part of the reason that they were able to take the first point, and EWP's got to reset it.
That's right. EWP moving in fast. You want to be quick getting into that objective. But especially with like torp turrets and whatnot, you want to be a little leery of how quickly you're moving in. Now we got Helix Snake swapping over to Widowmaker, looking to see if they can get some picks on Sniv and Zilla in that backline.
Absolutely, we'll see if if Helix is gonna be really well on that Widowmaker here. But right now, Starlord gets picked off from Damien here, and that was not a charger by himself. Damien was able to get the picks in here. Sniv gets the pick with off of Torbjorn. So right now, the EWP with their managing heroes here. We'll see if the turret will maybe equalize that up here. Helix is still in the background, trying to maybe get some picks here. Nothing here just yet. Here comes Bob. Will he do something? I don't see them actually. Ooh, and actually, bad rep. Good point. Getting Bob out. The point is, he's got that Brian versus Rhino bet. I don't think he's gonna win it. No, he will not. Starlord will be holding it. But here's the question though. There's only one person on the point here. Oh. Starlord, I know you're trying to fix yourself here, but there was no one for that shadow there. Let's get rid of traffic here, but he's by himself. Will he stay alive long enough against Damien here? He's got that deal with that DPS hero. That's one of the worst heroes for any tank player. But Damien gets rid of the tanks here, and right there, Damien holding it long enough for the and the damage putting in for him to keep EWP going at this first point, and they will. And so far, I mean, Phoenix Rising still has to hold off for the second point for 5 minutes. Again, that situation they had early before, they could do it right here again.
That is true. They could end up shutting this entire thing down. I think one of the biggest issues that they had was the fact that they weren't doing anything to take care of Helix Snake. Once they were on that Widow, they were just sitting on that high ground, popping off the entire time. Let's see if they can take care of it this time around, though.
Speaking of Helix Snakes, gets the pick off of Kabayashi here. Here comes a shatter from Bad Rep here. Gets no, even though it's a good shatter, nothing follows up here just yet. Chi wants to get that window, be very powerful. That turret could be doing something here. Oh no, oh, Demon in the back lines actually watching that turret. Gets the triple kill off of that here. I would see EWP taking this point. Kabayashi wanted to get on, but they're not letting him do it here. Grab coming on one side, holding to the other, and with 4 minutes, EWP is going to take the second point.
And it's exactly like Kazume in the chat is saying, uncontested high ground will always win. Again, we saw on this objective, because they were so focused on everyone else, they could not dedicate to making sure that that Widow was not sniping the back of their heads on that high ground, was just doing an immense amount of damage. The healing couldn't keep up, and that's how they ended up taking that map with 4 minutes 7 seconds on the clock. They're going to have to move heaven and earth on this map to be able to take both points in under 3 minutes.
Now, the one thing I'm actually noticing between both sides here, we're seeing the Reinhardt battles here, but here's the difference between EWP and Phoenix Rise's Reinhardt, is that Reinhardt's Star-Lord's got the double shield side on his side, but you got EWP with the Zarya, and to me, I feel like there's more value off of the Zarya than there is off that double shield. Yes, you might be blocking maybe the sniper in some cases, or maybe you're blocking some actual damage, but the question is that if Star-Lord is going to be him by himself, the one thing you can have is maybe a Baron to actually not only charge up the Zarya on your side, but also maybe keep him going and making it more difficult for them to kill it. So right now, I would say, like, if I was Phoenix Rising, even though Star-Lord is doing something, they need to switch to their tank composition. I don't think the double shield is being very effective. I think EWP is noticing that, and they're working around it to the best of their ability.
Well, I think it's just the compositions itself as well. If they would opt into an Orisa vice a Sigma, it would have worked out much easier, because you got the Hulk to keep them back. You have the driver to be able to shoot them at long distances. Like, you're keeping them at bay with that double shield. But if you're using the Sigma, you don't have that much security. So now they're moving directly into the fight on the objective.
They want to play aggressive, and they're going to be doing it. Both Demon, Demon triple kill off of that here. Again, like what Kamiyashi saying in chat here, Aga is going to be winning team fights, and that's exactly what's going on here. Even though there's still 3 on the board here, could those 3 keep the point long enough for them to maybe keep it going for the rest of the team to come back in? But looks like EWP says not yet. Looks like they notice they're coming back in. They're going to let them have it. Phoenix Rising has the time make in their favor here, but maybe Helix Snake is on the high ground. Maybe he can get something right here. I don't see him doing it just yet, but looks like they're trying to touch last second. Nope, they won't be touched last second. They're going to let him have it.
And that was incredibly good positioning right there for the side of Phoenix Rising. They knew that the Mercy was behind them and was going to be looking for that GG res, and they denied it by just standing over the dead bodies.
Phoenix Rising plays super aggressive here. They actually are now getting picks here. They are down almost down. EWP is down half of the team here, and right now EWP is playing super aggressive. And Star-Lord making the battle. I'm sorry, he's making some payback plays right here. Kabayashi gets a double pick. Riptide, will he get anything right there? He's rid of this support line for Phoenix Rising. Will those support picks actually be beneficial for EWP? I don't think so. Actually, no. Will it be here? John Hawk actually gets the pick off of Cell, and Damien gets rid of Star-Lord. And actually, EWP, those picks from Damien actually will benefit EWP, holding it on the second point. Phoenix Rising came so close to taking it.
The one thing that I would have recommended was Chi booping the Bob off the objective into that side room before Sniff put up the wall. That is what ended up hurting them right there. Bob, unlike any other ultimate, will hold an objective contested the entire time. All that time was wasted, although they were continuing to get picks. They weren't getting percentage on the objective, but they are 2 out of 3 picks, with still time remaining for their opponents.
A grab coming in for Sal. Here comes Sal going to the back line, getting the picks for his team. He gets one death loss, but you know what? DPS plays for Sid, and Sal is coming in. Will they get the picks here in just in time for them to time it in their favor? Yes, they will. EWP's got 2 minutes, but Phoenix Rising's got 2.5 minutes. That's the time that they want to keep themselves going in this game here.
That was good timing. They didn't use a lot of ults when they engaged the first time around, which allowed Phoenix Rising to use ultimates that they probably could have used to defend ahead of time. or to defend for the next fight. But you know, that beautiful grab coupled with the blizzard, the blossom coming in from behind, it was just absolutely nuts. And once again, we're going to see them go back at it with 2 minutes on the clock due to the new change in how competitive works. Everything gets lowered to 2 minutes for the lowest time team. They're only going to have 2 minutes to push in, but based on what we've seen, they can make it happen if they work it really well. It looks like Kobayashi gonna go ahead and stay on the Zarya for this fight. Again, I feel like if you want to keep them at a distance, and Orisa would be good, but I mean, their aggression is showing to be as strong, if not stronger, than what we're seeing out of EWP. So it's anybody's game right now.
Like, if you notice that Phoenix Rising did play super aggressive coming to this point, and they actually like what they did here. EWP played just a bit passive here, but you know what? They were able to get the point back. Even though the time bank is not in their favor, they were able to still get points going here. So right now, Phoenix, EWP, 2 minutes on the time bank. Will they actually maybe get something going here? Will they play the same aggressive play style as Phoenix Rising here? Phoenix Rising just gotta hold it long enough for them to keep this game going. Looks like they're gonna be going to the left side. This is something quite interesting here. Cell wanted, noticed the Helix was trying to sneak around. He said, "No, you will not." So EWP down at DPS, and right now Cell is getting in the background, maybe getting some damage for the side of Phoenix Rising here. And he's actually Fabric being spicy, gets through the tank line. That's a very important line you want to take down. EWP is gonna fall back if you want to get this fight in their favor. They have to have the tanks in there with them.
Well, that's true, but they ended up losing Zilla in that fight because of that Mei wall. Wasn't able to get back to the safety and help of the team. And it worked out well for them, but the spawn advantage is on the side of EWP. Without that Reaper in the fight, it could be hard for them.
Now notice the damage kind of stuck in the background. We'll see backline. We'll see if that actually hit here. But Sniv gets rid of John Hawks here. That's another pick that you want to see here. Batter Up gets frozen, but nothing right there. Cell putting in the pick off of traffic. Kobayashi finally getting the picks off. He needed to help with his team. Gets the pick off of Bad Rep, and it looks like back and forth picks coming from both sides, but it is still in Phoenix Rising's favor here. Trying to get rid of this Helix here. That pulse bomb coming in from Helix doesn't get anything just yet. I would say Helix should just step back here for just a little bit longer. But he wants to stay alive long enough for the cavalry to come in, and then maybe that might just happen here. John Hawks comes back in time, but Paprika says no. Stop it, Tracer. Now we're starting over with the Shatter. That's a beautiful Shatter. Just stops the team right there. And Cell takes off that rep. Starler finally making up for the background. With less than 20 seconds, I don't see EWP making any progress right here.
I think it's exactly as you said, though. It comes down to Helix Snake and the fact that they would not get off that objective again. Feel like they're being just a little bit too cocky. If it's a 1v3 fight, regroup with the rest of your team. Their team's melting.
Oh, that's a beautiful wall. That's a beautiful. That wall was one thing that Blossom from hit Cell's another. But you know what? Phoenix Rising holding it no point like they did weeks ago. Now they have the 2.5 minutes. They are so close from getting to the finals against Void here in the OCC scrims here. This is unbelievable.
Initiating match.
That is absolutely incredible. I did not expect that from Earth, Wind, and Farah, but again, it seems like I mean, Earth, Wind, and Farah has been a pretty dominant force in OCCS for quite some time. So I guess I can't say that I'm surprised that the cockiness is coming out, but if you're not winning, you're not allowed to be cocky. Like, that's just the way that it is, folks. Like you still gotta win the game in order to still be cocky about how good of a player you are. That's just kind of how it comes down to. But right now we're seeing a lot of coordination coming out of Phoenix Rising, whereas EWP just seems to be separated. We got the Earth doing one thing, we got the Wind doing another, and the Farah just up in the sky doing whatever the Farah does. There doesn't seem to be a lot of team cohesion, and they've got 2 minutes 26 seconds, and essentially they technically have already lost this because all they can do is die. This is already a lost game.
Well, but in most cases, they can tie the game and get this to a map 4, and hopefully for them to keep things going here. But the question, one thing I'm actually surprised is EWP not playing something cheesy. They could have maybe something here, but they look like they want to play something to their advantage here. But right now, Phoenix Rising, they're going to start, maybe make this aggression push again like they did last fight here. All they have to do is 2 minutes and 15 seconds, less than that, I apologize, to get this going. They're so close for redemption to happen here. But right now, that may have to hold off here just a bit. Helix Days gets the pick off of Sniff here. That's 1 DPS down for Phoenix Rising here. They could probably step back, or they might push back. They're going to be pushing back here. They want to see if they can get a pick following off of that. That will not be the case here just yet.
And that is a smart play for them. Being down that main means you have much less crowd control on the objective, and it looks like Helix King is going to be the one that they're going to have to deal with. Thankfully, Helix King has been getting left alone on that high ground, so if Bella can get in that backline and take them down, they could end up being successful.
Now that's Fabrica gets picked off a game here. That right there, Phoenix Rising just full on hold. They have to wait. You can't go in with half a healer line up here with less than half a minute and a half here. They gotta have everyone here, and they gotta see something. They need to see something here to keep themselves going. They're just so close.
That is true. Let's go ahead and see if they can get into that. Now we're gonna see the coalescence coming out from Fabrica. Let's see if they can use it to move in successfully and possibly get it back.
We'll see if that be the case here. Maybe some healing, some damage came in for Paprika here. We'll see if they go around. Oh no, Star-Lord! You let that the Shadow Keys came right in here. Helix gets the high noon off of Kabayashi. With less than a minute, I would see Phoenix Rising hold. They need to reset right now. They have to have the timing in their favor here. They're gonna Chi-Chi uses the window, but just doesn't get nothing right here. Oh my gosh, Star-Lord gets actually a good shadow, but no one to follow up. Leap the Seas gets double picks with 30 seconds left. Phoenix Rising has one more fight to keep themselves going. They need to find something right here. The closest thing they have is a Graviton and a Death Blossom.
And I have confirmed with the staff this is already technically a one fight for Phoenix Rising. So honestly, if they get it or if they don't, they're sitting very pretty. But I would hope that they would want to take this final map. Though,
oh no!
But they are getting shredded right now.
Gaming gets the picks here. EWP able to hold it on here. With that, we will be going to map 5, and EWP not out of here just what?
No. I told you I got confirmation from the admins because it is a tie and because Phoenix Rising is up 2-1. They technically have completed the series. So
wouldn't it be best? So it's not best of first of 3 then?
Yeah, I guess it's best of 4, I suppose. But yeah, it's I don't know. I'm always confused by people's terminology on what the actual set is, but I did verify with admin Jags. They say that if it's a draw, then Phoenix Rising wins. So either way,
all right. Well,
it was a lost fight right there. So congratulations to Phoenix Rising. Moving on to the finals.
Phoenix Rising finding redemption here, even though they wanted to get this map going here. But you know what? 2-1 draw. Better than nothing here. Congratulations, Phoenix Rising. They might have gotten the loss against EWP 2 weeks ago, but Phoenix Rising again finding the revenge against them, getting the win. They will be going to the finals to go against Void. What a match! I would kind of thought it was first to 3, but you know what? Maybe it's some. I didn't realize that, but you know what? That's completely okay. We got our fights, we got our games, guys. But I can't agree. This game has been pure redemption for Phoenix Rising. I'm glad that they got the win. They deserve it.
That is true. And I mean, these two teams did incredibly well against one another. I just feel like that at times EWP just felt a little too big for their britches. You know, some players just moving out of position, trying to go for those big plays that we saw in the first couple of games. But, you know, the big plays don't always win it. Phoenix Rising showing that here, usually getting one pick or a couple of picks at the very beginning on those out of position, you know, allow them to push in collectively as a unit. And that's why it's so important to remember how much this is a team game. Working together with your team, going on the flanks when your team knows that you're on the flanks so that they can get healing or protection to you as quickly as possible. Those are the plays that you got to be making. So we're going to go ahead and throw it all to you. Who is your player of the match this evening? Why don't you go ahead and start us off there, Cyber?
Absolutely. You know what? I said this on the last match between Phoenix Rising and EWP. I'm gonna go with tonight's match. It's Cell. He was able to get the picks he needed to. He kept putting the plays he needed to for Phoenix Rising, despite some of the pushes being lost and wins here. He's able to his hero flexibility is so good. I mean, I cannot keep my eyes off this guy. I always watch him, making sure he's putting in. He's basically one of the reasons why he's on this team here. My MVP will go definitely to Cell here. He has done very fantastic here, and I know he's going to do it as he gets ready for the playoffs going on. What is yours, Captain Jack?
See, I have to give some love to the healing line for Phoenix Rising. Elfie, Chi-Chi, and Paprika all doing an incredible job of keeping their tanks and DPS up throughout the fight, especially Star-Lord. There were a couple of times when Star-Lord, again, charging out of position, ended up in a very crazy fight, but still, due to those healers, were able to stay strong regardless of what was going on. So congratulations to the healers of Phoenix Rising. Y'all did an incredible job tonight. And I'd love to say that we have some people in the chat that are saying stuff, but apparently people are just starting crap. So unfortunately, we won't be able to see who is everyone else's player of the match this evening as they deal with the drama in the chat. So let's go ahead, look at the schedule for next week. We are headed into the rest of the finals. We had the Blackwatch finals yesterday, and this next week will be the remaining finals. We've got the Shimada finals coming in on June 6th, Talon finals coming in on the 7th, and Deadlock finals to end stage 1 of our season on June 8th. So if you don't care about the schedule and you'd rather be notified by a handy dandy device, usually a cell phone, tablet, or computer, you can always hit that bell so you just get notified and then you don't have to worry about the schedule. You can also hit that heart to show us how much you love us, and hit that sub button if you have it. We know that these are hard times right now, but it does support our amazing community. $4.99 or Twitch Prime or Amazon Prime sub will give you access to some awesome emotes.
Absolutely. And of course, last but not least here, remember, join our Discord here. We're always looking for more players, looking for more coaches. And of course, looking for more for production guys here. And I won't go into anything all that stuff, but we always love to get more casters, more production guys on the side. Basically, get everyone a chance to do something here. No matter what rank or what you want to do here, there's always something for you guys here today. And again, with our upcoming games here, you guys don't want to miss a single second of it. Honestly, I'm going to be watching every game. I want to see who goes around. I can't, but you know what? Again, congratulations to Phoenix Rising. When getting the redemption tonight, beating EWP, they will be facing Void into the finals. But that's going to do it, you guys here. Thank you for all tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed it here. But as I get to my last words, I just want to say, please stay safe out there. Again, like Jack said, it is very difficult times here, and none of you should be involved whatsoever. Please stay safe, stay healthy. Do what you have to do, keep yourself safe. But that will do it. My name is Cybercat.
And I'm Captain Jack, and Trippy's been on production tonight.
Speaking of that, thank you, Trippy, for the production here, guys. And we'll check again. Thank you for watching. We'll see you all next time.